All right, before I get into this video, I just want to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I am well aware that my eyes are swollen. Can't do anything about that. Allergies been getting me really good this year. But in this video, I want to take you guys through a day of eating for me as a vegan. I know that I've gained a lot of new subscribers since I did my last What I Eat in a Day video, so most of you probably don't even know that I'm a vegan. But usually when I do these videos, I like to just set up the camera and do a voiceover afterwards. But I know that you guys really mess with the vlogs and you guys have been asking me for more vlogs. So I'm gonna do this vlog style, easier for me to edit. You guys seem to enjoy that more also. So yeah, man, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. This is usually when I would have my first meal. Let me just say this real quick. This is an ideal day of eating for me. Not all of my days look like this. There are some days where I get 1 solid meal in, some days where I get 4 solid meals in. This is just ideally what a good day of eating looks like for me as a vegan. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our plate. Now we're going to walk outside. I'm obviously kidding about that. I don't actually eat grass. A lot of people think that that's how vegans eat, but I'm about to put you guys on game real quick. For anyone who's thinking about going vegan, I'm about to show you guys how we actually eat, or at least how I actually eat, because I don't know what other vegans are doing, but me personally, this is what I'm doing. As you can see, we're gonna start off with some oatmeal. This is a workout day for me, so I like to start off with something that's not too heavy, but something that will give me energy. And as you can see on the packaging, lasting energy from 100% whole grain oats. Love to see it. So I'm gonna show you guys my oatmeal recipe. I like to play around with it every now and then. It doesn't always end up the same. Sometimes I put strawberries in it. Sometimes I just do bananas. Sometimes I just do blueberries. It varies from day to day. Today we're gonna do bananas with the blackberries. This is literally the only thing I know how to cook. So usually I like to get about 1 3/4 cups of water. Pour that in there. Then we turn the burner on high. I have a gas stove at my parents' house, but the apartment that I'm moving to has an electric stove. Not that it really makes much of a difference, but that's just what we're working with. I don't like to cook my oatmeal in the microwave because I just feel like the texture isn't as good. I like to do it the old-fashioned way. It takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it. And also I use the old-fashioned oats. I don't like to use the little minute oats, the one with the blue instead of the orange. But we're gonna let this water boil. Yeah, another thing that I forgot to mention is that I do try to practice intermittent fasting. Usually it's not intentional, but it just happens because of my sleep schedule. But I try to eat between noon and midnight. I try not to eat anything before noon and after midnight. I just feel like my body works best that way. I've also been playing around with just fasting in general, not eating until like 8 o'clock in the afternoon or evening or whatever. I've experienced pretty good things from it, honestly, especially when working out. If you time it right, I feel like you have a lot more energy in your workouts if you're fasted. But you gotta time it right though, otherwise you'll literally feel like you're going to die. All right, so as you guys can see, the water is starting to come to a boil. So once the water starts boiling, that's when you put the oats in. I typically do about 1 to 1 1/4 cups of oatmeal. This is definitely enough to sustain me for a few hours, especially when you add the fruit in, but I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in right there. And because we are cost efficient, we're gonna scrape all of those oats off the bottom. Those are going in there as well. We do not waste food. That's one thing about me. I do not waste food. Now we're gonna get this spoon, stir it. I'm trying to stir with my left hand. This feels kind of weird, but stir it. Let the oats submerge in the water, and then I like to put it on low or anywhere from like 1 to 3, just enough to let it cook slowly where the water is not boiling. Usually it takes around 10 or 15 minutes. So while I'm waiting for the oats to cook, I like to just be as time efficient as possible and prep my fruit or whatever I'm putting in the oatmeal, which is usually some type of fruit. But if I have any slicing to do, I'll do that while the oats are cooking, or I'll wash the fruit, all of that good stuff. Always make sure that you wash your fruit before you eat it. I feel like that should go without saying, but I know some people, they just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna go with the blackberries and the bananas today. So let's take these blackberries. Always check your fruit for mold as well. It's very tedious, but it's worth it, trust me. Wash these out. Wash wash them out thoroughly, and put them in the bowl like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slice these bananas. I use a butter knife. I don't know if that's normal or not. Also, you guys tell me if I'm the only one that does this. I like to peel my bananas from the bottom. I don't know, it just feels more natural that way. You guys tell me if I'm tripping or not, but that's just what I do. I peel it from the bottom and I take this little piece off and then do it just like that. Like I said, I like to use a butter knife so that I don't lose a finger or anything like that. Look at the technique, look at the form. Quit playing with me. I'm on a whole different wavelength, bro. Right, so this is the fruit right here. And then we got the oats, which are cooking pretty quickly. A lot quicker than usual, I don't know why. Hold on real quick, can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that I'm low-key ambidextrous with this? Like, bro, look at the form, look at the technique. Immaculate, astonishing, spectacular, astounding. This is true artistry. Now, for some people, this might look like it's ready. I like my oats to be very thick, though, with 2 C's and a Q. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a few more minutes and keep stirring. Like James Harden, $40,000 on my wrist right there. Quit playing with me. Not gonna lie to you guys, I'm hungry as hell. But I'm gonna try to pass some time by coming outside. Hey, come here. You gonna diss me in front of all the people? There you go. Hold on, can we get a quick wave check with the fresh cut? A lot of people ask me what haircut I get. I just get a 2 with the grain and a bald fade on the sides. Nothing crazy. If you go to your barber and you tell them to give you a 2 with the grain and a bald fade and they don't know what that is, you need to find a new barber immediately. Right, let's go ahead and see the progress on this artistry. Okay, yeah, this is about the consistency that I like my oats to be at. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in the bowl. Watch the form. Okay, watch the form, watch the technique. Watch this. Quit playing with me. So this is the oatmeal right here. Got the bananas and the blackberries. Bananas and oatmeal are a deadly combination, bro. A deadly combination. Splendid, delightful, astounding. Yeah, another thing that I want to mention, these are the 2 vitamins that I take as a vegan. This right here is absolutely necessary. B12 Energy. This is the brand that I use. I like gummy vitamins. Yes, I am a grown man taking gummy vitamins. Promise you I don't care. Okay, these absolutely smack. I could probably eat these like for fun. But I also take this D3 supplement. I was told by my chiropractor last year, of all people, my chiropractor told me that these help with your immune system, which you can obviously see on the label right here, immune support. But these are the only 2 vitamins that I take. I don't really take a multivitamin or anything like that. You could probably get them on Amazon as well, but I get mine from Target. They do tax, but it's your body, man. It's worth it. Oh yeah, and yet another thing that I forgot to mention, I do drink a gallon of water a day. I split it up with this water bottle right here. I drink about 4 of these, which is a gallon. But yeah, man, a gallon of water a day. Can't do any less than that. I don't know how other people can just survive off of 2 cups of water or 8 cups of water or whatever. Anything less than a gallon and I literally feel like I'm dying. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but nonetheless, bro, I drink water, man. I drink a lot of water. So if you guys want that glow, you know, that glow, drink water. All right, so I just finished my workout. I wasn't planning on filming a workout video today, but I already had the camera with me, so I figured might as well. Hold on real quick, bro. So you guys want that workout video, I'm gonna drop it anyways, but if you guys want that workout video sooner rather than later, I never ask for likes, but let's just say, let's get this video to 1,000 likes. I think you guys can do that. So you want that workout video, no gym equipment required. You can do this at pretty much any local park. You can really do this at home if you're creative enough. No weights, none of that, just all body weight, all calisthenics. That's how I get down. So if you guys want that video, get this to 1,000 likes. Once I catch my breath, if I catch my breath, I'm going to go home and show you guys how to make a built different smoothie. Show you guys the formula, the secret sauce. All right, so these are all of the ingredients that I use in my smoothie. We got the strawberries, the bananas, we got some fresh spinach. This is the protein powder that I use. You can also use the Orgain one, but this one's cheaper and there's more in it. So you already know we're economically sound, financially literate, however you want to put it. Here we have the organic soy milk. It's unsweetened. One thing about me is that I do not use any extra sugar. I never put sugar on anything. I don't put salt on anything. None of that. If I go out to eat and they put sugar on the food, cool. But once the food's out, I'm not putting anything extra on it. And the same goes with anything that I make at the house. So whether that be oatmeal or smoothies or anything else in between, it's just, I'm eating it exactly how it is. So this right here, I have the smooth vanilla flavor. This is gonna act as my sweetener. Some people say that this doesn't taste good. I don't know what they're talking about. To me, this tastes absolutely immaculate. All right, so I literally just filmed a whole segment and I realized now that the camera wasn't even recording, but basically I just got 11 strawberries. Anything from 8 to 11 or 12 strawberries should be fine, depending on the size of them. These ones are obviously a little bit smaller, so I used 11. And all I did was I washed the strawberries. Like I said, always wash your fruit very thoroughly before you eat it. And then I sliced off the tops because I don't eat that. I don't know if there's somebody out there that eats that right there, but that's not me. I'm gonna go ahead and open the blender and put our strawberries in there. Also, just an FYI, it is currently 6:51 p.m. So my first meal was at like 3:30, I think, 3:20, something like that. This is the second meal, and we're gonna have our third meal later on. Now we're gonna go ahead and slice our bananas. I always use 2 bananas, exactly 2 bananas. Bananas are more of the sweetener of the smoothie in addition to the protein powder. I know the lighting's a little bit tricky in here. I hope you guys can see this, but basically we're just finessing it just like earlier. Like I said earlier, my technique is just on a whole different level from everyone else on YouTube. Simply built different, I can't help it. Like I said, 2 bananas still peeling from the bottom because we're just a different breed. We are not the same. Gonna go ahead and chop these up. Okay, so now we have our 2 bananas and our 11 strawberries in the blender. Usually I would put like a handful of blueberries, but we don't have them. So now we're gonna go ahead and put in the fresh spinach. I usually use like a handful. I don't know if you're supposed to wash this or not. I usually don't, but because I'm recording, oh my God, I just dropped some. But because I'm recording, I'm gonna go ahead and wash it. Now we're gonna put this into the blender. This is what it's looking like so far. I always put all my solids first, and then I put the soy milk at the end. Now we're gonna go ahead and put in the plant-based protein powder, the Equate. As you can see, I am almost out of it right now, but we're gonna get some more soon. We definitely have more than enough for this smoothie. I like to use about 1 of these little things. I don't really know how much this is. Just 1 scoop. So now I'm gonna take 1 of these right here. I don't know exactly how much this is, but I think it's probably about a cup of ice, crushed ice. If you can do crushed ice, that's always gonna be the best for smoothies, but if not, then just use whatever you have. I just fill up 1 of these cups right here. Now we're gonna take this and just put that in the top right there. Actually, I usually go for about 1 1/4 of these. I don't know exactly how much it is, but we're just kind of eyeballing it. I personally like my smoothies to be very thick. I like to eat them out of a bowl with a spoon, so that's how much ice I put in my smoothie. You put however much you want. Now we're gonna use some of this soy milk. These are some of the nutritional facts. I don't really look at that, to be honest. Like I said, unsweetened. Personally, I do prefer coconut milk if I can get that, but we're just working with what we got. So I like to fill up this same cup about halfway with the soy milk. And that might actually be a little bit too much, but it's fine. Now we're gonna pour the milk in. I always pour the milk in last. You could also use juice or whatever you want, but I prefer milk. And now comes the fun part. Put the top on the blender. This is the blender that we have. It's a Vitamix. I don't really know the exact model or anything, but just turn it on. I like to put it at one of the higher levels, especially since we have so much ice in there. Ice Cold JT. Shout out to Ice Cold JT. All right, so we got our big bowl right here. The smoothie's a lot, actually. You really don't need to use as much as what I use, but if you want, you can cut it in half. As you can see, it kind of has this weird beige color. It's usually more of a pink color. I think it's the spinach that's throwing off the color. Don't get thrown off by the color though. This tastes absolutely immaculate. So we're gonna pour it into our bowl. Then we're gonna go ahead and get our spoon and boom. You got the Built Different smoothie. All right, so as you guys can see, we got the nachos from Spiral Diner. If you're from the DFW area, Spiral Diner is definitely one of my favorite restaurants to go to. Might actually be my favorite restaurant. It's just that a lot of the things that they have aren't exactly the healthiest, hence me getting nachos. Usually I don't eat stuff like this. I only eat from Spiral Diner maybe twice a month at most because, like I said, this isn't exactly the healthiest thing, but I'm more so doing this to show you guys that there are other options. Like literally, bro, anything that you could think of that's not vegan, there is a vegan version of it, and it tastes probably 80% as good, and it's probably healthier as well. But you see here we got the chips, and then you got the little queso. I don't know what the cheese is actually made of, but I'm gonna go ahead and pour that on there. Actually, I think I was supposed to pour that on afterwards, but it doesn't matter. It's all going to the same place anyways. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the other toppings. This is like a mix of quinoa and just a bunch of other stuff, corn, jalapenos, cilantro. You just put that on there. Now it's not gonna look as presentable as it usually would if you went to the actual restaurant and ordered it, but that's because I did takeout, so it came in a little box. But I'll put a picture on the screen of what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, this is my dinner right here. I don't know how many calories this is. If you go to Spiral Diner, this is the Nacho Junior. There's the Nacho Supremo, and then there's the Nacho Junior. I would recommend getting this one unless you are really trying to bulk. This is a lot of food right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. It is currently 9:53 p.m. So this is going to be my last meal of the day. These nachos were $10.70, including the tip, the tax, all of that. So not very expensive at all. Still not the healthiest thing to get. So we try not to get this too much, but this is like my cheat meal. This is one of my few cheat meals of the month. Splendid. Astounding. I need to learn some new words, man, for real.